7.17 1. Andy.
And on the day, my partner and we got up and drove to Wimbledon. It took about 2 hours. And as we were driving, it started to rain. The weather forecast was for showers, and at that time there was no roof on centre court, and the players couldn't play if it was raining. But we got there, parked the car, and went in and found our seats and sat under our umbrella. Play was supposed to start at 2, and at 1:30 the rain stopped. Then at 2 the players came on, and the atmosphere was brilliant. And then at 2:15 the rain started again. The match was stopped, and the court was covered over. And that was all the tennis we saw all day. We just sat there for 4 hours, hoping to see some more. But in the end, we just went home, very cold and very disappointed. It was a very expensive 15 minutes.
2. Kathy.
When we got there, we found our seats and sat down. The theatre wasn't full, but then, just before the play was going to start, the rows of seats in front of us suddenly filled up with a group of about 30 teenagers. They were obviously a school group, and they were a bit noisy, but I thought they'd settle down when the play started. So the curtain went up, and the audience went very quiet, and there was spooky music, and the tension started to grow. But then, every time anything happened on stage, the teenage girls in front of us screamed, even though nothing was really happening yet. So then we couldn't hear what the actors were saying for a few minutes until they quietened down again. In fact, they carried on doing this all the way through the first half, and it totally ruined the atmosphere for absolutely everyone. Their teachers obviously said something to them during the interval, or maybe someone had complained, but they weren't much better during the second half. It basically ruined the whole evening.
3. Clive.
I went with a group of friends, and when he came on stage and started singing, I was amazed at how great his voice still was. We were having a wonderful evening, but then, when he was on his 4th song, one of his old classics called Bird on the Wire, he suddenly collapsed on the stage. The other musicians all rushed up to help him and carried him off. We waited there, hoping that he was okay and that the concert would continue, but after almost an hour, there was no announcement. Nothing. And we thought maybe he died. Finally, someone came on and said that he'd been taken to hospital, and so the concert wouldn't continue. And we went home, terribly disappointed. I'd waited all my life to hear him sing live, and we just got 3.5 songs. Luckily, he recovered and went on with his tour, but he never came back to Valencia, and then he died in 2016, so I never got to hear him live again.